Tonight on our New Year's Eve edition, we report on 3 arrests in a home burglary in Larson, and the annual Sam Scramble returns to Ephrata on Thursday. What's happening in sports, Bob?
Thanks, Alan. Moses Lake wrestlers dominate Lake Stevens, and the Lady Vikings place second at the Skagit Winter Classic. Let's take a glance at our Weather Center forecast.
We do have dry conditions for this New Year's Eve and New Year's Day. However, there's a storm system approaching. I'm Cristina Sanchez, and I'll have all the details just ahead with your extended forecast.
I'm Alan Troop, and we have all this and much more on iFiber1 News.
From the iFiber1 HD studio here in the heart of the Columbia Basin, this is iFiber1 News, your #1 source for local news, sports headlines, and our very own Weather Center forecast covering the entire Columbia Basin. This is iFiber1 News, and it starts now.
Three Moses Lake men allegedly stole thousands of dollars worth of property as well as credit cards from a Larson home. A Grant County Sheriff's deputy reportedly came across 37-year-old Robert Delvecchio and 47-year-old Jackie Thomas in the area of Arlington Drive and Lowry Street on December 19th. They were allegedly pushing an outboard boat motor in a wheelbarrow, along with a large box of household items, according to information released Tuesday by the Grant County Sheriff's Office. The deputy allegedly found the items were being taken from a home burglarized on Arnold Drive. The homeowner was out of the area, and deputies found the doors and garage had been forced open and items taken. Delvecchio and Thomas reportedly led deputies to a third suspect, Christopher Apodaca, a 32-year-old man, and located property at Apodaca's home. All 3 suspects were booked into Grant County Jail. The 3rd annual Sam Scramble is set for Thursday in Ephrata, giving people the chance to honor friends and loved ones who survived battling cancer or other life-threatening illnesses. Reporter Devin Higgins has the details.
Ephrata resident Samantha Webb lost her battle with cancer on New Year's Day 11 years ago, but the event bearing her name continues to fight on. The 3rd annual Sam Scramble takes place Thursday at 11:30 a.m. at the Ephrata Recreation Center. Part foot race and part scavenger hunt, it gives the community a chance to honor family, friends, and loved ones who survived battling cancer and other life-threatening illnesses. Event coordinator Shannon Lowry talked about the Sam Scramble.
Samantha is Michelle and Tony Webb's daughter. They are on our team, and we've just all been friends for a very long time, and got to thinking a couple of years ago about having an event like this, and one of our members had been to a scramble like this in another location, and it was just so much fun. We decided this was the right thing for the community. This year there are 27 checkpoints around Ephrata. Each team has to go together to each checkpoint and answer a specific question at that place. And then they mark it off on a map, and they do all that they can do in 90 minutes. Get back here, get their sheet signed by us, and in it goes for data entry.
Since 2011, the Scramble has raised more than $14,000 for local charities. To focus on a healthy community, organizers say this year's proceeds will support Omni, a local summer outreach program providing a safe learning environment for children challenged by social, emotional, or economic needs. Late registration and check-in for this year's race starts at 10 a.m. with rules and maps being handed out at 11:10 a.m. In Ephrata, Devin Higgins for iFiber1 News.
State auditors found no problems during their audit of Grant County Fire District 3. The Washington State Auditor's Office recently released its 2011, 2012, and 2013 audit report for the district. The state auditors conduct regular audits of government agencies looking at compliance with state and federal laws. The auditors looked at the district's financial condition, the use of vehicles and fuel, the tracking of items that are easily stolen, and an association fire truck. The Grant County Economic Development Council is recognizing the contributions of the Latino community to the area's economic recovery. The council, along with the Moses Lake Chamber of Commerce, will hold their first meeting of their 2014 Grant County EDC Luncheon Series on January 29th from 11:30 a.m. at the Masto Conference Center in the ATEC building at the Big Bend Community College. In one of the first surveys of its kind, Eastern Washington's Institute for Public Policy and Economic Analysis has documented the economic contributions of Latinos as entrepreneurs, innovators, and job creators in Washington State. Executive Director Patrick Jones will present a detailed analysis of this growing business segment and how it is shaping the local, regional, and state economy at the luncheon. Tickets purchased before January 23rd are $18 per person and include the cost of lunch. Tickets purchased after January 23rd are $25. Seats can be reserved by calling 509-764-6579. And now we take a look at people being sought by law enforcement.
This is Sheriff Tom Jones with the Grant County Sheriff's Office. Each of the people you see here have a warrant for their arrest. If you see any of these people, we ask you do not attempt to detain or apprehend them, but call us at 509-762-1160 or send us an email at crimetips@co.grant.wa.us. If the person is presenting a danger, call 911. With your help, we can bring these people to justice and make our community safer.
Short break, we'll be right back.
At Moses Lake Community Health Center, we have had the privilege to serve the local communities since 1978.
What I like about working at this clinic more than any other clinic that I've worked at is the patient care. With the patient care team that we've assembled, it allows us to take care of as many facets of the patient and their family's needs.
Please take the opportunity to experience the high-quality care provided at our clinics.
Hi everyone, thank you for being with us. I'm Cristina Sanchez with your One News Weather Center, brought to you by your Buckler Toyota dealer, Toyota Let's Go Places. Now we do have dry conditions continuing all throughout this New Year's Eve and into tomorrow. However, the cold temperatures will remain with us due to the Arctic air that is still in place, mainly into the inland northwest. So they do have high temperatures for this Thursday, still very cold in the low 20s. Now we will see this gradual warming in our extended forecast as we begin this 2015 for us here in Alpharetta. However, before we see that, we do have an increase in temperatures, but also an increase in moisture for this weekend. We may even see that mix of rain and snow here for us in Alpharetta. Now, we did start off the day in the low teens. With that wind chill in place, temperatures still felt right around the single digits. Average low is in the low 20s and average high is in the low 30s. And today, high temperatures were into the mid 20s for us here in Alpharetta and also in Moses Lake. Similar conditions throughout the morning hours with low temperatures in the low teens, but still temperatures did feel in the single digits. Now, right now, current temperatures for us here in Alpharetta are in the low 20s. We do continue to have mostly clear conditions all throughout this New Year's Eve and into tomorrow, and the winds do continue to be blowing from the west and very light all throughout the night and into tomorrow. And as you can see, we do have mostly clear conditions continuing for us here in our Columbia Basin. Then we'll begin to see some cloud cover as we go into Friday. However, mostly clear skies for most of us on Thursday afternoon. A storm system approaches and we'll see a chance of snow mainly across the Cascades and also into the inland northwest for this Saturday, early Saturday, and then we'll have that cloud cover for most of us. Then on Sunday and Monday, that'll be the best chance for all of us to see that mix of rain and snow here in Alpharetta and mainly snow across the Cascades. Now along the coast, high temperatures on this Thursday afternoon will be in the low 40s. Seattle 42 as the high, and as we take a look into the inland northwest, high temperatures still in the low to mid 20s. So cold temperatures below average temperatures for this time of the year continue along the inland northwest, and as well as for us here into our Columbia Basin. High temperatures will be into the mid to upper 20s for us here in Alpharetta. 28 as the high. Moses Lake in the low 30s with mostly sunny skies, so we will have plenty of sunshine. However, temperatures will continue to be very cold for us, mainly across the early morning hours. Now, we do have that increase in moisture as we go into Saturday, Sunday. We do have that slight chance of seeing mix of rain and snow, as well as into Monday, with high temperatures increasing in the mid 30s for the Sunday afternoon. And as we go into next week, High temperatures will be in the low 40s. With low temperatures right now, we're still into the low 20s. Thank you for being with us. This segment was brought to you by your Bud Clear Toyota dealer. Toyota, let's go places. We'll be back with sports.
You don't need me to tell you that 4 and all-wheel drive time is on its way. But maybe you didn't know your local Toyota dealers are gearing up for the season with special savings on our top-selling 4 and all-wheel drive models. From tough Tundra trucks to our best-selling CUV RAV4 or Benza, the perfect blend of all-wheel drive with safety and style. Plus many others. The bottom line is exceptional 4 or all-wheel drive savings just in time for winter. For full details on these and other savings, visit any of your Inland Empire Toyota dealers. Toyota, let's go places.
The Running Vikes eked out a 2-point win at home over Blue Mountain last night. Reporter Sean Wells has the story.
Big Bend took on Blue Mountain in the Holiday Classic. The Running Vikes got off to a great start, jumping out to a 49-36 halftime lead and had this monster Mogaladoo dunk. AJ Miles finished with 15 points. Donovan Wright had 11 points and 2 assists. And the Vikings pulled out the victory 73-71. Wyatt Johnson had 11 points and 9 rebounds for Big Bend, while Jared Schultz was the leading scorer for Blue Mountain with 16 points and 8 rebounds. For iFiber One News, Sean Wells.
The Lady Vikings dropped a 63-53 game to Spokane yesterday to place second at the Skagit Valley Winter Classic. Aubrey Vale and Mackenzie Windley knocked down 13 points each and grabbed 7 rebounds apiece to lead the Big Bend attack. Riley Jamette and Max Shelley added 8 points each. Julie Bonner dished out 6 assists in the contest. Vale was named to the all-tournament team. The Lady Vikings take on Everett today and then return home for the alumni game Saturday. Big Bend opens league play at Yakima January the 10th. The Chiefs and Vikings went toe-to-toe in high school wrestling action last night. I was at the meet to witness a lopsided victory for the home team. The much-anticipated rematch last night between Lake Stevens and Moses Lake wasn't much of a contest. The Vikings came to town looking for some payback after Moses Lake snapped their 27-year home win streak last season. But it was the Chiefs who had the upper hand in a 43-29 win. The match started out with a forfeit at 106, giving Jesus Cornejo the win. Easton Castro and Nico Hernandez put together back-to-back pins, and the Chiefs led 18-0 early. Cody Vigran pinned Dylan Morris, and Lake Stevens closed the gap to 18-6. The Chiefs went on to take 7 of the next 11 matches to win convincingly. Moses Lake is back in action at the Raleigh Lane Tournament this weekend. The Mariners continue to make moves in the offseason. This time it's a trade with the San Diego Padres for veteran outfielder Seth Smith. The M's give up right-handed relief pitcher Brandon Maurer for the left-handed bat. Smith fills a need for Seattle at right field after the M's traded Michael Saunders to the Blue Jays. Smith hit for a .267 average with 12 home runs and 48 RBIs last season in San Diego. Smith is under contract for 2 years and has a club option for a third. The M's hope Smith comes to spring training ready to roll. The team looks to get back in the playoffs for the first time since the 2001 season. We'll be right back after this.
Hello, my name is Cheryl Kono. I am your local Ephrata Farmers Insurance Agent. Here at Cheryl Kono Insurance Agency, our customers always come first. We don't just work here, we live here. please stop by the office, call, email, or Facebook me for a free auto, home, life, business, or farm and ranch quote today. We are insurance. We are farmers. Come in for a free quote today.
We are farmers. Bum, ba-dum, bum, 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 bum.
Well, one thing I knew from being a patient myself was that a dental office is a scary place to come to. And so we wanted everything possible to make sure that our office is a comfortable place for our patients to visit. The patients that I have, my clients, have made me a part of this community, and we want to give back in every way possible.
Our spotlight story tonight is about reflecting on all that the world's been through in 2014, from airline disasters to the Ebola outbreak. iFiber1 News is a partner with CNN who provided us with a front row seat.
Fallen bodies on the streets of Kiev. One medic falls to the ground and tries to crawl away.
ISIS literally meters to that side, shooting at this position.
A scene of devastation where nearly 300 girls were abducted. The men here have come together, each bringing what they could, trying, hoping that they will be able to protect their families.
What are we asking? Bring back our girls now and alive!
We are here on the ground. We are speaking to the people who are personally affected by
Absolutely.
They did not see any robust action from the Nigerian government.
This is the mango tree where the two bodies were found hanging.
The teenagers were allegedly gang raped by three brothers.
There's some pushing back, as you can see. We may have, if they shoot the gotta go.
Go back, shouts this man who said a tank was about to open fire. Everybody ran.
I saw a boy cut up right there, over there a man, he looked dead, and I saw a boy who was dead too.
Ina Tipanova shows me where a naked woman smashed through the roof and into her kitchen.
Within seconds, a gunshot, and the pursuit begins.
They've all gone forward trying to chase down what seems to be a poacher who, at least most definitely, is armed.
We're on a hilltop just north of the Syrian border. You should be able to make out some figures. We believe they are ISIS fighters.
Do you personally believe in beheading and executions like this?
I hope God gives me the chance to do such a thing as the brother did with James Foley.
Ebola can lead to death with just one drop of infected fluids.
You can see this center, it's not extraordinarily well equipped. This is it. This is the only place people have.
This is the public space. I'm allowed to report.
Okay, he's gonna shoot.
We're on the wall of Mosul Dam, which ISIS controlled for more than 2 weeks.
This is where the sit-in has grown, calling for more democracy in Hong Kong.
Just over here, David.
This is the first time the papal plane has been allowed to enter Chinese airspace.
We'll be right back after this.
Are your kids rough on your furniture? Things looking a little run down? Then come to More Furniture in Ephrata and we can help get things back in order. We have all the top name brands made with strong quality support, including Sealy Posturepedic mattresses, because whatever you do in bed, Sealy supports it. The next time your furniture is in need of some replacing, stop into More Furniture in Ephrata, locally owned and trusted for over 100 years.
Attention business owners. The deadline is fast approaching to advertise in the 2015 edition of the Moses Lake Local Book. Don't be the only business left out. In print or online, it's the best way to reach your customer when they're ready to buy. Call today to place your ad by calling 877-738-9829 or by visiting us online at www.statewideyp.com. The Moses Lake Local Book Telephone Directory. Simply the best advertising.
Welcome back. In Northwest news, what started as a Christmas Eve tragedy has turned into something much bigger in Edmonds. King's Heather Graff reports on the community-wide effort to help a family in need.
Tuesday nights at this bar and grill in Edmonds aren't usually quite this busy. And there aren't usually more hugs being shared here than meals.
We appreciate it.
But make no mistake, this crowd is not celebrating.
Head wasn't probably fully in it.
Instead, they're here to support a shattered family. Two brothers, just 16 and 19 years old, and their father, who passed away suddenly on Christmas Eve.
Thought my dad was wrapping presents somewhere, and went in his room, and he was just asleep, dead on his bed.
For Jordan and Brad Rice, it was a devastating blow. It was also a pain they felt before.
He was turning 10 the next day, and I had just turned 13.
The boys lost their mom to cancer back in 2008.
I had to grow up faster than most of my friends, I felt like, after my mom passed, but now I have to, keep an eye out for my brother and play the part that my dad did.
From that overwhelming sense of responsibility came this GoFundMe page, started by a close family friend. $36,000 raised so far that will help with expenses, including their father's funeral.
I was just so excited for him to open up what I got him for Christmas,
And while Corey Rice will never get to see the stack of Seahawks-themed presents from his sons,
yeah, he said he wanted this or Russell Wilson.
Brad and Jordan believe his last gift to them
We're here for you guys, okay?
came in the form of loving neighbors, friends, and even strangers.
My name's Mike Jackson. Nice to meet you.
People who filled this restaurant as part of a fundraising effort for the boys. One last meal, perhaps with Dad.
He'd be happy for us that we have so much help and support from everyone around us.
In Edmonds, Heather Graff, King 5 News.
A winter storm from Canada brought heavy winds along with several inches of snow to California. More than 100 motorists had to be rescued after being stranded in about a foot of snow on Highway 138 in the San Bernardino Mountains. All 139 were rescued and were taken to a local shelter. Drivers were also found stuck in Interstate 15 and State Route 38. When a dog disappeared, her owners launched a Facebook page to help find the pup. That led to people from all across the country pitching in to get the dog back home.
This is Penny. She's 7 months old, active, and from the state of Washington, but she was stolen there and ended up here in Pittsburgh, 2,400 miles from home. But thanks to the kindness of strangers, she is getting back to her family.
Come, Penny.
She is clearly playful,
Good girl.
seemingly happy and enjoying the freedom to run. But Penny's journey is not over.
We're just really excited that we will be getting her back.
Kendra and Colt Brown are waiting for her on the other side of the country. She was taken from them on December 19th.
She just was out wandering around doing her own thing, and she got picked up.
When the Browns couldn't find her, they took to social media where Penny's photo and story was shared over and over. Kendra tells me it was there online where she learned someone watched a truck driver steal Penny. Kendra says she contacted the driver, and soon Penny was surrendered here in Pittsburgh. A vet checked her tracking chip and called the Browns, who were amazed but thousands of miles away.
Come here, Penny.
That's where Kristen Novak comes in. She has volunteered to foster Penny, giving her a chance to play with her dog while everyone works to get Penny home.
Alaskan Airlines out of D.C. has offered to fly her home.
Volunteers are now working to find Penny a way to D.C. In the meantime, she'll play here.
I love dogs. I would do it for anybody. I would hope somebody would do it for me too.
Something the Browns are grateful for.
It's been a huge blessing, and I mean the people that have been willing to help after seeing the Facebook page and everything, it's just been an overwhelming amount of support.
As soon as Penny gets her checkup at the vet, her health certificate, and her crate, she will be on an airplane and headed back home to Washington. I'm Marcy Cipriani, Pittsburgh's Action News 4.
And that's going to do it for us here at I-501 News. We want to thank you for watching, and we'll see you again tomorrow.